I'm Karaleigh Garrison, and this is Seeking Sunshine, where we find the positive in the trials of life. There are times when life just brings you down, 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 down to the ground. And it's hard when you can't see the light, 'cause things don't look so bright. So now it's time to reframe and retrain your brain. It's time to look for the good. You know that you should. Why don't you join me? 'Cause I'm seeking sunshine. I'm seeking sunshine. I'm seeking sunshine. Oh, oh, oh. I'm seeking sunshine. I'm seeking sunshine. I'm seeking sunshine. I'm seeking sunshine. Hey guys, welcome back to the Seeking Sunshine podcast. Thank you again for joining me here, and I want you to know how much I appreciate that you come and listen to my podcast. It means so much to me. So welcome to today's special episode. What on earth makes this episode special? Well, let me tell you. Today it is just me. I am laying on the floor in my basement. I have run away to this secluded spot. I put on my biggest, fluffiest, coziest sweater because it is freezing down here. Like, it does not matter how much I turn the heat up in my house. The basement never warms up down here in this little nook down here. It is just always like 20 degrees colder than the rest of the house. I have yelled at my kids and told them to shut up and go to bed already. And I don't know if anyone can relate to that, or maybe I'm just being mean, but I'm doing my best here, aren't we all? So I've tried to get them to be quiet, although I'm pretty sure that they are still upstairs fighting and arguing. My dog is at the top of the stairs crying because I blocked off the way to get down here, although I'm actually pretty positive he's going to find his way through. He could pretty easily just jump over the barrier and come down here. I have this basement blocked off from the dogs because our other dog, who is asleep, likes to use this space to come down and poop on my carpet in the basement. And so since I've been blocking this off, she's lost her special space to go do that, and so it's less of a problem. So back to what makes this a special episode. It's that I am just going to sit here and talk to you today. I don't even have a plan. Oh, here he comes. My dog made it in. And here he is. Hi, Fury. And since I'm laying on the floor, he's going to come get in my face, so I guess I don't get to be on the floor anymore. Well, I'll tell you right now, this is going to be an interesting episode because I don't have a plan. I just wanted to take this time to have a chat with you guys and to talk about Christmas and to just have something that is out of the ordinary. So hopefully this recording isn't too messy, with the doors opening and the dog whining, and, I had to sit back up. I can't lay on the floor anymore. So I'm scooching over in my rolly chair, and I've been thinking about you guys and wondering what I could say to you that might help you this holiday season. And what I can really think of, sorry, I'm kind of kicking my dog, not hard, gently, because he started licking my chair for some reason, and I hate that licking sound. It really drives me insane. I don't know if anyone else has little things like that really bug you, but those licking sounds drive me totally insane. So I usually stop them at any cost. Ooh, and if you heard that, apparently Josh is not in bed, because he's upstairs yelling for me. And my husband went to bed like an hour ago because he works early and gets up early. So it's just me. And so as I was thinking about what I could talk to you guys about, the first thing I thought of was just kind of being vulnerable here and talking about me, which I don't know how that helps you, but maybe it will in some way. Maybe it'll help you feel like you're not alone. So let's see, this week was the last week of school before Christmas break, which means that when this airs, it's going to be Christmas break. And for anyone else who's got kids, I don't know, maybe you love Christmas break. Maybe you're like, yay, my kids are out of school and they're home all the time. I'm not one of those people. I love school. School's the greatest thing that has ever happened to me or my kids, because they get to be gone for like 5 or 6 hours a day, and then they get to come home, and it's lovely. It's marvelous. Ooh, and on top of that, this week, all of our therapists are out of town, so it's really just us. Which, on the one hand, I can see how we all really need a break, and we all kind of really need this time. My kids are probably going to spend the next 2 weeks cleaning their rooms and then get in lots of trouble multiple times for not cleaning their rooms. And we've been over this whole thing of like, do you want to spend your entire break cleaning your room, or do you want to get it clean on day one so that we can go off and have fun later? Honestly, I already know what they're going to choose. They're going to choose to mess around and not clean their rooms, and it's going to be a thing. But, we keep trying. That's just how it goes. So something I've been struggling with for the last few weeks, I've actually been kind of sick and not feeling good, but not in a typical way. Like, I don't have a cold. My voice is fine, and I can sing, and I can do all the regular Christmas things. I've actually suddenly started getting really severe headaches and dizziness, and maybe moving into migraine territory. I don't know. I've actually never really had migraines before. But it's been 3 weeks of like several days in a row that are really bad and several days in a row that are better, and I'm functional, but it's definitely not gone. So thankfully today's been more of a better day, although it definitely had its bad couple of hours where my head was just pounding. But I've been to lots of doctors and even to the ER, and no one can figure out what's wrong yet. And of course, the neurologist is actually booked out for 5 months. So that's great. So I'm kind of sitting here in this weird limbo time where everyone around me, or I guess just what I'm hearing constantly is, let's plan. Let's plan for 2023. Let's make all these big goals and plans. And I'm feeling like it's a time to rest, which of course Christmas and this whole winter season is a really good time to rest. But I'm hesitant to make big goals and plans for next year because I don't know what my health will look like. And of course that's something I just have to figure out and ponder, but maybe there's a lesson here for all of us. How do we strike a balance between big, lofty goals that will push us to be our best and striving to be at peace and be calm and give ourselves enough rest and going with the flow and letting things go, in the Lord's timing and in the Lord's plan? How do we balance that work and that rest, especially when we look forward and we don't know the future? It's another interesting perspective on this is as we look backward and we look at the past, and especially as we consider COVID, and it's like we never could have predicted that would happen those couple of years ago when everything just shut down and the world was upended. That was something that we could not predict, and it changed everything. So how do we look forward and say, here's what I'm going to plan, here are my goals, and yet have them be flexible enough for whatever comes up? And I know that for me personally, there is something chaotic and, life altering almost every week at my house. I've got 3 kids on the autism spectrum, and my husband, he's kind of recovering from being disabled. He's definitely doing so much better than he ever was, but there's definitely days and times where he's just not feeling well, and plans get changed randomly. And I'm realizing that there is no period of time in my week that I can just absolutely count on to be available for anything, because there's constantly something going wrong. There's constantly something unexpected being thrown my way. And I have to be flexible always because I just never know. And I don't know if that's the same for you. Maybe things are more steady in your life. And if they are, will you do me a favor and count that as a blessing to have that stability and that ability to plan, where you know that it's just up to you. That's a gift. And it's a gift that not everyone has. Like me, for example. I feel like my life is just utter chaos all the time, and I'm trying to squeeze me, trying to fit myself and my own passions and desires and goals into chaos. And it's a challenge that it's definitely ongoing. I hope it's a challenge I'm up for. I think it is. I mean, here I am. I'm doing this podcast, and honestly, I have fallen in love with this podcast. I don't know if you have. I don't know if anybody else has. And I know that I certainly wasn't in love with it when I first started. I didn't see how incredibly beautiful this is. So it doesn't really matter who's actually listening. It doesn't really matter what those numbers are or who this reaches, because I, for myself, have seen how beautiful this is, and I love it. I love connecting with people. I love the opportunity to listen to their stories and hear them. I'm sorry, my dog's super loud because, of course, he had to bust in here because he has to be right by my side all the time. I love connecting with people and having the chance to hear their story and talk about the sunshine in the sadness, to find something positive and to see both sides of the coin and flip it on its head and be like, what is good in this scenario? It's such an important life skill, and it truly is life-changing. And as I sit here and I'm going, what have I learned through this podcast? What have I learned through this mindset shift that I've been going through as I've been constantly thinking about seeking sunshine? And it has reframed everything. Like, I look at this ridiculous, illness, I guess you could call it, that I'm going through. And it's like, where's the sunshine? Oh, the sunshine is it's making me slow down. That's really what it is. And I'm in Utah, for anyone who doesn't know, which I think most of you probably know that, but I'm in Utah, and we have had such a snowy winter. It is ridiculous. I swear to you, last year we had heavy snow days maybe twice. I don't think we ever got over 6 inches of snow. And this year, it's halfway through December, 3/4 through December, and we've had a full week where we've gotten 6 inches of snow like every day. We've had snow day after snow day after. The kids still had school, but we've had days of like slushy roads, dangerous weather. It's hard to drive anywhere for like weeks. We've had so much snow, and I hate the snow. I'll be totally honest with you. I hate the snow. But my husband loves it. And as we were discussing it, he was going, what does the snow mean to you? What does it tell you? And I said, it tells me to slow down. And it really does. And I feel like that's the lesson for me this entire season. slow down. The falling snow, the dangerous roads, this headache and dizziness and stuff that I've been dealing with, it's all telling me that I need to slow down. And I've always had a hard time with that. I've always been really go, 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 get things done, push, 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 and it's time. This is all the world and Heavenly Father and the universe and all of it is just telling me that it's time to slow down and just trust. So if that's a lesson that you need to hear too, then here it is. Here's your sign. Slow down. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to not push yourself. It's actually better. It's better for your health. It's better for everybody around you when you're less stressed. One thing that I also have been thinking about is last Christmas was really hard. We had a very rough Christmas. The long story short, because it's kind of a rough one, is that one of my kids got really jealous of their siblings' Christmas gifts and kind of blew up Christmas. Just went kind of berserk and destroyed everything, and it was just this big, awful scene on Christmas Day. And there was a lot of tears on Christmas after a lot of hard work by me. And so this year I've spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out how to keep that from happening again this year. And the solution has been to make it very, very simple. I have scaled back dramatically this year, and it feels good. I am definitely a person who loves to go over the top. Gift giving is my love language. It is just, that's where my heart is. I want to give you something handmade. That is my favorite thing. But it turns out that my kids don't appreciate that so much. And actually, I'm going to bring this back around to one of the quotes from a recent podcast. It might have even actually been this last week. Christiane Knubel had said this really great thing about paying attention, that even when your cup is full, pay attention to the status of the cup you're pouring into. And if it's full of holes, maybe reconsider how you're pouring in. And we had this great conversation about, giving people what they need instead of what you need to give. And I've been thinking about that a lot, especially in terms of my kids and my husband. And it's like, do they all still want homemade things from me? No, they don't. And that's been a thing, I think that's been like a constant theme throughout my life, is I want to give homemade gifts, but not everybody appreciates that. And so, and then what happens is, I feel sad when it's not as well received, and then that's a problem because I worked so hard and I want it to be this really great thing. And so it's definitely, changing how I look at things, because it's interesting to see how I'm like working so hard to make gifts, but it's actually a selfish thing in a way if I'm not looking at it from the perspective of what the receiver actually wants or what the receiver actually needs, Am I making homemade gifts and giving them out because I want to feel appreciated and special, So just another thought to consider there for you is, what are you giving and why? And maybe are you actually doing it for you? And that's a really hard one to come to terms with, but it's definitely an important thing to consider. So anyways, like I said, I have no plans for this podcast episode except for to just sit here and talk to you and see what comes out. I don't script these. I don't anything. Usually I have a story to tell, and today I do not. I do not have a big story to tell you where I looked for sunshine. I'm just kind of trying to think about what I can say that can help you have a better Christmas if you so choose to listen to me for a little while of your week. So this week is Christmas break. All of our plans are changed if you're a mother because the kids are out of school. One thing that's been really nice about this year, as I have simplified dramatically, is that I'm actually more prepared for Christmas this year than I have ever been, which is a little bit entirely out of my element. I'm never this ready for Christmas, this far in advance. It's at the time of this recording, we're like a week before Christmas. And I've got the stockings all wrapped for the kids. And holy cow, that is amazing. Because usually I'm wrapping them Christmas Eve at like 2 a.m. Is anyone else in that boat? But this year I feel like there was a little bit of slowing down, felt really important right from the start, and I didn't know why, but I've been working so hard this year on like trusting my intuition and going with doing the things I felt like doing instead of the things that seemed logical. And so this year I've been getting ready for Christmas earlier and earlier. If the world, if something crazy happened and I don't know, I was in the hospital or something for the next week, Christmas would be done enough. And that makes me really happy. That makes me feel so at peace. And I don't think I've been like rushing to get everything done. It's just been like, oh, I feel like wrapping these stockings right now. That's interesting. And so then I would go do it. So maybe that's another lesson I can toss out to you is go with what you feel. Trust that intuition. Trust the Lord to guide you in every action. Say yes to those random little promptings that you feel. Like tonight, for example, I probably, in a logical, thought pattern, should be going to bed right now. The honest truth is I have had a very busy and tiring day. One of the things is our washing machine has been broken for like 2 months. So today was another laundromat day. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's got this amazing warranty. It's actually got 2 warranties on it because we just got this brand new washing machine in June. It's like 6 months old, this washing machine. So it's ridiculous that it's broken and it's taking them 2 months to get a tech out to fix it. So, another laundromat day, which is always exhausting to carry all the laundry in and do all the stuff. And with me not feeling good lately, it's been even more exhausting. And I had 2 doctor appointments today for myself, which is crazy. But I had my vision checked and it's great. So, there's good news for you. All of my headaches and dizziness are not caused from vision changes. So, yay to another dead end on that search. And Benjamin had a performance today, and it's just been go all day long. And then as I got home at the end of those appointments and we had the kids' therapy, I had just the worst headache. Just so bad. Such an awful headache. And I actually hate taking over-the-counter drugs. But oh my gosh, so much medicine today to try to, alleviate some of this pain. So it's been a really long day. And it's not been an easy day. And then I get to the end of it and my husband's in bed and I've gotten the kids to at least be in their rooms. And I felt like I should come record this podcast. I've actually been thinking about it for a couple days and I just haven't had a quiet second, or I, felt like going to bed other days because I was so beat. But I guess all of those drugs finally kicked in and I'm finally feeling well enough that I felt like coming to record this podcast for you. And I don't know, maybe this is just me rambling on and it's not doing much good, but I hope that there's a nugget in here that helps you. I hope that as I go through my own little life lessons of the moment and talk about this season, that there's something in here that's helpful for you. And maybe the only helpful thing is that you're like, oh, hey, somebody else's life is also just utter chaos. Maybe it helps you feel like you're not alone. You're not. My life is totally insane and I'm trying to squeeze in, connecting with other people and self-care. And I've actually realized I might just give up on making dinner for my family. So if you're a mom and you've ever thought that, like, I'm seriously considering it. Like, I made dinner the other night. Okay, today's Pizza Friday, so I didn't make dinner tonight. But, the last couple nights, like, I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably more than 90% of the time that the dogs end up eating some of the dinner I've made because the kids left it out or something. And I'm like, this is so frustrating. Like, maybe I will just stop making dinner and they can just go eat, their chicken nuggets or their corn dogs or their macaroni and cheese, like whatever they feel like eating. And then we can have less wasted food and the life of a mom, right? Hopefully this is resonating with somebody. My, internal chaos and external chaos. Because that's just what it is. And now I'm finding I've lost track of what I was talking about. So what I was talking about is like following your intuition. So tonight I'm following this feeling that I should come down here and record this episode for you. Even though today has been wild and it doesn't seem logical that at the end of such an insane day that I would come down to a freezing cold basement, sit down here by myself for a while and talk into my phone. But I felt like doing it, and so I'm here. And that's been maybe the theme of my year this year as I think about it, has been following the spirit, following that intuition when it comes. So maybe that's a nugget of gold that you can take from this unplanned, unscripted, wild, episode here. It is beautiful to go with those gut feelings. And I don't know what good's going to come of this, and I don't know what good's going to come of any of them, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? It's that God knows better than we do. And if we can just kind of follow those little things he tells us to do, who knows what good that's going to lead to. And the point is to trust that it's going to lead to something good, to trust in him instead of our own logical understanding. I feel like most of my life I have relied on logic, because isn't that what we're taught? I feel like that's what's screamed at us everywhere. What is logical? Follow the logical. Do all of the things that make sense. But what if we stopped focusing on logic? What would our lives be like? How would we invite, magic and unexpected blessings into our lives if we followed that intuition that was not always logical? What could shift in our lives? What could change? How much more peace and joy could we feel if we just, went with the flow? So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on doing that. And I don't always do it. I'm definitely still fighting that logical battle of this doesn't make sense. And here's what would make sense to do right now. And here's all the things. But I'm trying. Like the rest of us, I'm trying to be better at that. And one of those things that is to bring this full circle is rest and peace. To me, sitting and meditating or sitting and praying or sitting in anything that involves sitting and not doing something like productive always felt really illogical. Like I do not have enough time in my day to get everything done. So I better pack every single second full of multitasking and getting all these things done. That's what my logical brain tells me to do. But actually, it's probably going to kill me if I keep that up. That's the kind of stuff that, makes you sick because you overdo it all the time. I'm talking to myself here. That's the kind of stuff that makes me sick. And then that, your body gets you sick so that you slow down. The illness is a way of communicating to your brain, hey, it's time to stop. You've been overdoing it. Yep, there goes the dog again. I hope one of the things that this episode tells you is that it is so okay to do things imperfectly. I mean, I have this podcast. I've been doing it for a year. And the easier that I let it be, the more I enjoy it. The more it brings me emotionally, and is fulfilling, and the easier it is to continue on. Whether that's my dog making big old sounds in the background, and Josh screaming upstairs, and the door getting swung open because Fury busted in down here. And I'm literally just sitting here recording this on my cell phone. This is about as messy as it can be. Okay, I will say I did come down to the basement so that I am somewhat less likely to be interrupted, at least by Aurora and Benjamin and Josh a little bit. I'm somewhat less likely to be interrupted. So I did at least do that one step to make this a little bit better. Oh, also, I do know that Dottie is upstairs, sleeping on the couch, snoring her face off. She is so loud. So I mostly came down here to keep that sound out of the background constantly because I know that it would have been here. But check out how imperfect this is. It's entirely, completely imperfect. I'm like sitting 4 feet away from my recording studio and I'm not using it. This is not a soundproof thing. This is very imperfect. So if you needed a sign to do whatever you want to do and do it imperfectly, here you go. Do it messy. Do it imperfect. Just do it. People want to hear from you. They want to hear that it's okay to be messy. Let's just spread that word around this Christmas. It's okay to do it messy. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to just be you and to give it your best or not. Because let's be honest, if I really wanted this to be my very, very best, it would be in my recording studio, which is soundproof. Well, okay, it's not totally soundproof, but it's pretty soundproof. And I would have a script and I would have points dotted out for you. Be like, here is what you need to learn from me from this. And I'm not doing that. So maybe you could call this my best for now, my best that I can do today at this moment. But do you guys really need my best every single second of the day? I don't think so. I don't think that the Facebook land and Instagram land, I don't think that people are looking for best. I think people are looking for real. Are you looking for real? Are you looking for like real and raw and human and imperfect and reality? Because here it is. Welcome to my crazy life. Welcome to the chaos that is Karaleigh. It's here. It's real. It's raw. And I am just shouting it from the rooftops. Here it is. Here I am. Welcome to my mess. I invite you in to the chaos. The chaos includes me napping on my chair and my dog farting in the background while I record a podcast. There you go. It includes, me editing my podcast while I wait for my shower to heat up and, trying to squeeze this project that I call Seeking Sunshine into the nooks and crannies of my insane life. Here it is in all its gory glory. Can we call it that? Is that weird? With my son showing me his butt crack because it hurts. All the messy, gross parts of motherhood and reality that are just here. Welcome to it all. I know that, most of my podcast episodes are talking to people and hearing about their hard things, and I love it. And so maybe this episode's totally different. Not maybe. This episode's definitely different because I'm literally just sitting here talking. So I'm going to wrap this up because me just riffing forever is probably maybe not the best use of your time. Come on, let's be honest here. You probably could find something more productive to do right now than listen to me just chatter on. But regardless, I appreciate it. And I hope that there's something in here that lifts your soul. So here it is. Here's the part that's going to lift your soul and make you feel better. Okay? Are you ready for it? It's gonna be okay. There's something about those words that I feel like makes you take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. And the truth is that when I'm not okay, I hear those words and I'm like, what the heck? I hate that phrase. I hate the word okay, because what the heck does that mean? Because in my life, okay has been awful. Like, I guess we're okay. No one died. I guess we're okay. No one lost an arm today. I guess that's what okay means. What does okay actually mean? Here's what okay means. And for the record, I don't know what it means. So let's see what comes out of my mouth next. Okay means that God loves you. Okay means that He has a plan for your life. Okay means that no matter what is thrown at you today, you're gonna get through it. Okay means that no matter how much of a tornado your life is right now, you have the ability to stop and take a breath and feel peace. That is always an option? How often are you choosing that option? Yesterday, our therapist canceled on us and we had a free afternoon, and I wasn't feeling great, but I decided to, after I picked all the kids up from school, that we were going to go to Walmart and get Benjamin's haircut and also go to the post office. So first we took my husband back to work after his lunch break, and then we went to the post office, and my head was killing me and I was feeling dizzy, and this was a functional day, by the way. And we went to the post office, and the line wasn't too bad, but the guy was standing there like he didn't want to open his register, and he's going, okay, who's got something to just drop off? Who's just, got keys for something? Who's just picking up mail? Which is no one. I mean, it's like the week before Christmas. Everyone's mailing stuff out, of course. But I had two of the boxes that you get from the post office, whatever they're called, the ship anything, no matter how much it weighs, you just stick it in their box, whatever. That's what I had. And so he's like, oh, let me help you use the machine. It will be faster. And I was like, okay. And I had all 3 kids with me because I had tried to go sooner and it didn't happen. And so I had to take all the kids with me. And so I was like, great, let's do that. And then we go out to the front and there's somebody already using the machine. So of course that guy takes like 10 more minutes and he doesn't really know what he's doing on the machine either. So we're all standing there. And of course that machine, like if there's more than one person waiting for that machine, you're blocking both the entrance and the exit to the actual post office. And so I've got me and the 3 kids who won't just like stand out of the way quietly. Of course, they're like, Josh is opening and closing all the doors and Ben's all in the way of every single person who comes in and out. And I'm constantly like, guys, move. Guys, get out of the way. Guys, there's people coming. You need to move. Stop messing with the doors. You're going to break all the doors. And it was just really, really annoying. And then the guy standing there going, you should have gone to the other post office. It's always empty. And I'm like, thanks for that advice, but I'm already here. Anyways, the reason I was able to get through that is because, a lot of times when I'd yell at my kids and then I'd be like, and I would take that second, a split second even, to just stop and take a deep breath and feel a heartbeat of peace. Can you do that today? Can you do that in your most chaotic moment? Can you feel a heartbeat of peace? It'll save you. It'll get you through it all. And then after the post office, we went to Walmart because even though I had been to Walmart, I don't know, earlier that day or the day before, I think I live at Walmart because we're always forgetting something. And it's not like Walmart's close. Walmart's like 15 minutes away. So it's lovely. But that's what a chaotic life is for you. And we'll probably be back tomorrow because of course we're out of chicken nuggets again. So we go to get Ben's haircut and of course there's like a 45-minute wait. So I put our name on the list and then we go do our shopping. And then Ben has to go potty. So while I'm looking for something, I send Aurora with him because she's got a Gap watch. So if something goes wrong, she can call me. So I send them to the bathroom. They can't find it. They've been there a million times. Every single time we go to Walmart, he has to go to the bathroom. And so, they can't find the bathroom that they've been to a million times. Whatever. It's life. So, they finally... Oh, no, actually they couldn't find the bathroom. They just couldn't. So then they tried to come back to the same place I was at before, which was like 10 feet from the bathroom. And they couldn't find me and they got lost for 10 minutes. It was a thing. And I stopped and took a deep breath and felt that heartbeat of peace. And, it was kind of mingled with annoyance, but I tried really hard to just take a heartbeat to feel peace. And we found them and we checked out and went to go, they sent me the text that, oh, your time slot's almost here. It's only 15 minutes until your haircut. And then, another 45 minutes go by as we stand there in front of the haircutting place. And, the people who are doing the haircutting, get done with a client and then spend 15 minutes slowly, agonizingly, slowly sweeping up the hair. Like, it's like piece by piece. And I'm like, there's 20 people staring at you going as slow as possible. And Josh is like, doesn't want to be here. And he darts after somebody's service dog. And it's just the whole thing. And so every few minutes, as I felt myself getting more and more stressed out, I had to stop and take a deep breath and feel that heartbeat of peace. And then as soon as we got home after that crazy dilemma, way later than I had planned, an hour passed, time for Josh to take his night meds, which means he's hitting Ben in the face because he didn't get his night meds on time. And when his meds wear off, he starts being especially, silly. And what he likes to do is hit Ben in the face, which sucks for Ben, and I hate it, and we're working on that. As soon as we get home, my husband's like, I need you to bring me something, because he still had another 2 hours of work, and so we did that. And my whole point of this story, which I hope I've made very clear, is that no matter the chaos, no matter how insane, no matter how stressed out you are, no matter what your kids are doing, because they are just there to stress you out. They are going to be bonkers all the time. It's just interesting how that is somehow always true. I don't know. Maybe you have really, really, I don't want to say good, because I'm not saying my kids are not good. Maybe you just have really calm kids who were just always perfectly behaved. I do not have those kids. They are not calm, and they are not perfectly behaved, and they do not listen to what I say until I have screamed it at them and said it 100 times. And even then, they still don't listen. So if you have kids that are anything like mine, I'm telling you, stop. Take a deep breath. And feel a heartbeat of peace. Remember that everything's going to be okay, and that you'll get through this, and that at some point, maybe many, many, many hours down the line, you'll go to bed and you'll close your eyes, and then you'll get to do it all over again tomorrow. But take that heartbeat of peace. Do that. Let it soothe you when you are at your most annoyed and your most frustrated. And I feel like everyone else, as we get close to Christmas, everyone's talking about the beauty and the joy of Christmas and don't stress out over doing it all. And I'm sitting here going, my kids are driving me insane. Here's how to survive Christmas break with little kids that are wild. So, hopefully my message is one that you need. And I really am going to wrap up now, but I wanted to tell you as I wrap up, as the very closing thing here. You are amazing. Can you just let that sink in for a hot second? That you're actually amazing. You are making Christmas happen, no matter what that looks like. You love the people around you, even though they make you pull your hair out. and drive you insane. You love them. You love them even when it is illogical. And if you are a special needs parent, it's especially illogical sometimes when they hurt you. And maybe all kids hurt their parents. Maybe that's just a fact. Because they really do. They do things that just break your heart sometimes. And yet, you love them. And you care for them. Not just in your heart, but with your actions. You feed them. And you try really hard to feed them things they like. And you try so hard to make holidays special. And I just want you to know that those efforts are not going unnoticed. And those efforts are not wasted. I feel like that needs to be said again. Your efforts are not going unnoticed. And they are not wasted. The honest truth here is I'm telling that to myself. Because year after year after year, I feel like I put so much work, so much heart and soul, and so much thought into Christmas. Into making this season so special and so magical. And kids seem to forget really fast. They don't seem to really comprehend how much work moms put in. And isn't that an amazing thing that we can look back on and go, oh my gosh, look how much work my mom did when I was a kid, and I didn't realize it till now. So maybe this is a great moment to thank your mother. And if she's not here, you can still thank her, and she'll still hear it, because she's not far away. I love you guys. And I hope that there is something in this that brings you some peace. Christmas is hard. I know it's supposed to be filled with joy and happiness. It's the happiest time of the year. Everything is sparkling and glittery and happy, and except for it's really not. I feel like it's this great big facade that is just plastered over the world of pain. Is your pain because of loss? Is your pain because you're not with the people you wish you were with? Is your pain because you don't have the money to give the Christmas that you wish you could? Is your pain because you are overtaxed and overburdened all the time? Is your pain because you feel like you are not enough? I wish I could take all of that pain from you. Here's what I'm gonna say on that. If your pain is because you don't feel like you're enough, you are. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are exactly what this world needs right now. You are what this world needs right now. You. The world needs you. And the world does not need you to be stressed out. The world needs you to rest, because in resting and in caring for yourself, you are the best human you can be, and that is glorious. You are incredible. And I'm so grateful that you are here listening to this podcast. And I can tell that my husband is up opening the door to let the dogs in or out or something. So I'm going to let you go. Have the most amazing Christmas. Not because you forced anything to happen. Not because it was the greatest. There were the greatest gifts. Not because the decorations were the greatest. Not because the food was the greatest. But because you took a second to have that heartbeat of peace I was talking about. And you stopped and you appreciated everything that you do have, instead of focusing on everything that's not quite going the way you wish it was. Focus on what you do have. You are amazing. You are a gift to the world. And you can choose to take a deep breath and feel peace this Christmas. And I pray that you will do that. I love you all. Have a truly incredible Christmas. Not because of the circumstances, but because you choose to feel that way. Let it be beautiful. Let the sunshine come through. Never forget to seek the sunshine. I'm always going to throw that one in there for you. Okay, I really am going to go. Don't forget to share this episode if there was something in here you liked. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back, because we're going to have amazing guests coming up. And don't forget to appreciate and love yourself. Bye.
For poor, worn, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant kings, to own him, the King of kings. Salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. Raise, raise the song on high. The Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies he in such mean estate, where ox and lamb are feeding? All people cheer, for hope is here. The silent word is pleading. Nails, nails shall pierce him through. The cross be borne for me, for you. Hail, hail, the Word made flesh, the babe, the Son of Mary. Hail, hail, the Word made flesh, the babe.